Good morning, students. We are going to start the second part of the second chapter, Kings, Farmers and Towns. In the first part, we have explained the concept of Piyadasi, the earliest states, that is 16 Mahajanapadas, and how Magadhan Empire rose to power. What are the reasons behind the emergence of Magadha? Then we discussed about the early empire, that is the Mauryan Empire, the source material, and the administrative features of the Mauryan Empire. And today we are going to discuss another concepts, new notions of kingship. New notions of kingship. So during that period, there were chiefs and kings in South India. Chiefs had chiefdoms and kings had kingdoms. Now, who was a chief? Chief was a powerful person. He may or may not be hereditary head. His functions were performing special ritual, leading the war, solving disputes. So he performed these three important functions: performing special ritual as a religious leader, leading the war as a military leader, solving the disputes as judicial officer. And in return, he received gifts from his subordinates and he distributed these gifts among his supporters. A kind of give and take policy. And there was a large regular army in chiefdoms. And some of the historians are saying that there is no evidence of no regular army in chiefdoms. But some suggested that there was a regular army. But we don't have any clear proof. Now, new kingdoms were emerged in South India. During this time, there were three great kingdoms in South India. They were Cholas, Cheras and Pandyas. They ruled over Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala. The most important source material for the study of these kingdoms are the Sangam literature. Sangam is a group of poets. They wrote some poems and that is called Sangam literature. Same way, the Shatavahanas and Shakas ruled over western and central India. At the same time in North India, the Gupta Empire was established. Now, what were the source material for the study of Gupta Empire? The source materials are the literature, coins and inscriptions. One of the most important features of kingship in India was the concept of divine kings. Especially this was practiced among Kushanas. What is the divine kings? Kings started claiming high status. They even claimed equal to God, or they claimed as son of God called Devaputra. During the Gupta period, king practiced and depended on Samantas. Samanta means neighbor. Gupta king developed a kind of contract with other leaders and king himself called overlord. So Samanta maintained control over large area and offered military help and other resources to king. Sometimes powerful Samanta overpowered king and took over his kingdom. Now, what were the popular perception of the kings? What did people think about their king? It's an important concept. King considered as God on earth. Now, what was people's thinking about king? The inscriptions do not give any specific answer. Historians also do not give any specific answer because historians normally write in favor of kings. Inscriptions also prepared by kings, so they don't give any clear picture. The clear picture is available from Panchatantra story and Jataka stories. Jataka stories concerning the previous birth of Gautama Buddha. According to one of the Jataka story, they explains the problem faced by the people. It says that king was very wicked and everyone suffered, men, women of all age groups, even farmers, even animals were sufferers. And king collected high tax and farmers found it very oppressive. It says that they were attacked by robbers at night. They were exploited by tax collectors during the day. So there was problems at night, there were problems during the day. To escape from these exploitation, a number of people abandoned their village and went to forest. This is the popular perception about the king. Now, another concept, how they increased production in their kingdom. In 6th century BC, agricultural practices were transformed. In Ganga and Kaveri region, paddy production increased due to introduction of transplantation. They used iron-tipped plowshare to turn the soil. In hilly region, they introduced hoe agriculture. Irrigation facilities were provided through wells and tanks. I repeat once again, what are the methods adopted by king to increase agricultural production? In 6th century BC, agricultural production transformed. In the Ganga and Kaveri region, paddy production increased due to the introduction of transplantation. They used iron-tipped plowshare to turn the soil. In the hilly region, they used hoe cultivation. And they also provided irrigation facilities through wells and tanks. Even though agricultural production increased, its benefits were very uneven. There were huge differences between landlords and landless and small farmers. Big landlords emerged as powerful and they exercised control over others, whereas the poor farmers led a very mean life. The stories and literature used a term called Gahapati. A Gahapati was an owner, master, head of a household. A Gahapati controlled women, children, and workers and slaves. He was the owner of all the resources. So gradually a new concept, Gahapati, emerged to control the poor people and the farmers. And he controlled even women, children, workers, and slaves. Now we come to another concept, the land grant. It is one of the special feature of that period. Some of the earliest stone and copper inscriptions describing the land grant. These inscriptions were written in Sanskrit, in Tamil, and in Telugu. According to these inscriptions, Prabhavati, the daughter of Chandragupta II, married to a ruling family, Vakatakas. Chandragupta was the Gupta emperor. His daughter married to another ruling family, Vakatakas. And Prabhavati granted land to Brahmins and the farmers. In return, farmers provided range of agricultural products to king. Such land grants were popular in many parts of the country. There were regional differences in the size of the land donated. It's a kind of land donation. Now there are various views among the historians regarding the reason for the land grant. According to some historians, It may be a strategy of the king to expand cultivation. King or queen donate land to the farmers to cultivate. So they want to expand cultivation to the uncultivated area. So it may be a strategy for the king to donate land so that they can get production, agricultural production from those areas. Some other historians are saying that it may be to please others and win their support. King donated the land. Why king wanted to get pleasing or winning over other support? Because kings was very weak. So in order to remain in power, king donated land. These are the two schools of thought regarding the land grant. One, a strategy to expand cultivation. Second, to keep in power with him, he donated land. So we are completing the second part of the second chapter.